Well, hey guys, Zoe here, and I'm going to be playing Police Quest in Pursuit of the Death Angel. This is one of my favorite games of all time. It was developed by Sierra and it was released in 1987. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, one of the programmers for this game was Al Lowe, and you guys might recall who that is because he was the creator of Leisure Suit Larry. Now, Sierra had all kinds of really neat kind of adventure games in the 80s and early 90s. Can you believe that Morris Spudley, every day he showers here because he's too cheap to shower at home? Well, that's okay, dude. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to be typing in commands to do what we want our character to do. So we're going to open the locker. And since I happen to know we have to take a shower, I'm going to undress. And I'm going to close the locker. And we're gonna come over here and take a shower. But yeah, as I was saying, this is one of my favorite games of all time. I bought an Amiga back in, I guess, the early 90s, and the guy I bought it from had a bunch of games, and this was one of them, and I really enjoyed it. I played some other games like Defender of the Crown and Black Cauldron, Gold Rush, that sort of thing. And really enjoyed them, but this was, again, my favorite. So now that we've had our shower, we're going to open the locker, we're going to dress, and let's just take everything that we need. And let's see if we can just say close. Nope, close locker. Alrighty, now we are ready to start our day on our shift as a police officer. We are Sonny Bonds, in case you were wondering. You'll find out everything you want to know about Sonny here in a minute. First thing we want to do is come over here and check our pigeonhole. So, look in hole. You check your pigeonhole and find a handwritten message. Sonny, how's about 11:98 at Carol's Caffeine Castle later in the shift? Steve. Okay, Steve. Yeah, we'll go hang out, I guess. I think that's code for lunch. So let's look at paper. Pick up this morning's edition of the Linton Tribune. Dope in the city. The city of Linton, once a beautiful, peaceful, quiet city with few major crime problems, is now experiencing rapid growth and prosperity. But along with growth has come an alarming increase in the crime rate that is threatening the peace of Linton. Police Sergeant John Dooley states that dangerous drugs are showing up on the streets and in our schools. The homicide rate and prostitution are at a level the city has never seen. The Tribune has learned from a reliable source that a big-time drug dealer with the street name of Death Angel may be responsible for drug traffic. Uh-oh. So that is the subtitle of this game, In Pursuit of the Death Angel, so that must be our guy. And there's also something here about LPD Officer of the Year nominees, and of course one of them is me, Sonny Bonds. So we will see if exit works. No, go where? Okay, go where? Put paper down. Oh, that worked. So we're going to come and stand at our spot here, and we will have this beautiful cutscene. And he's just making a comment about the article about Sonny Bonds being possibly the police officer of the year. And we just have to wait for everyone to file in, and then we'll get briefed here. Sergeant John Dooley briefs the 1300 shift, beginning with the latest hot sheet of stolen rides. Welcome back, men, says Sergeant Dooley. I hope you enjoyed the long weekend. I got a weekend off? Now listen up, P-Barks. We're looking for a black 1983 Cadillac, license number LOP1238. VIN is blah blah blah. Reported stolen last week. Try hard to find it so I can get that Malcolm Washington character off my back for a change. Now hear this. 3 teenagers were arrested in 3 separate arrests, each for drunk driving. 2 of the 3 were in possession of cocaine, and all 3 attend Jefferson High School. That should tell you something, boys and girls. Well, that's it for today. Watch your butts, kids. We don't want old Chief Whipplestick whining about our industrial injury stats going up again. Sonny Bonds, your call number will be 8332. Alright. So let's leave the briefing room here and pick up a radio and some keys, and we'll get going. Believe it or not, this is a radio. Get radio, and we're gonna come over here and get key. I think we have to stand here. Get key. There we are. Now I guess you could see this video as kind of a walkthrough because I pretty much know what's going on and remember most of it probably. One thing to remember whenever you are going to your car is you always have to stop at every tire and look at it, or else something really bad is going to happen, like your car blows up or something, and we don't want that. Having performed the prescribed walk-around safety check of your vehicle, you're now ready to hit the streets. Alright, so we'll come over here and open the door, and we'll sit down and we'll close the door. Oh. And we'll drive. Now, driving on this game can be really dangerous, so you have to be really careful. You might actually want to set the speed to something slower. You can do that by hitting escape and over here on speed. And I usually put it to normal when I'm driving because if you have to put your lights on, which would be F10, you start going really fast if you're on fast speed. And it's really hard to control. In fact, if I have to put my lights on, I usually drop down to slow. Makes things a lot easier. So basically, at this point, we're getting used to driving around. We have to drive around until we get a call, and have to do some police stuff. And hopefully, that won't be too long from now. So while we're waiting to get a call, I do want to ask you guys if you happen to know any other games that are like this other than the ones I've already listed. They don't have to be Sierra games. They can be new, they can be old. Just so long as I can get a copy. I'd love to do some playthroughs of more adventure games like this where you have to type in the commands. So yeah, leave me a comment or send me a message with any games you'd like to see me play, or any games that you could suggest that are similar to this. And I think we'll just let this guy go. We don't want to get in a wreck. So if you do wreck, it's game over. So you definitely want to save often, especially if you're going to be driving or you're going to a dangerous mission. So you can be bad and put your lights on. Oh, so you can get through. The red lights there. I went ahead and turned my lights off because I don't want to crash. Upon your arrival at the scene of the accident, you observe a group of bystanders gawking at the green sedan that attempted to carve its own door in the side of a brick building. Alright, so we're going to get out. I'm going to open door. You can hit F4 to get out of your car. Close the door. So the first thing we want to do here is probably take a look at this car and see if this person's okay. So we'll look at car. There's a man slumped over the steering wheel. And we will look at man. You take a deep breath, look in the car, and see a male slumped motionless over the steering wheel. A closer look reveals a bloody injury to the left side of his head and a gaping hole in his lower right jaw. Now we're going to look at him again. You'll find that in this game, sometimes you have to do the commands more than once. You have to maybe pry additional information. No pulse, no breathing, no vital signs. There is a bullet hole in the driver's window. This is not your normal everyday traffic accident. In your opinion, this man was murdered. Oh God, he was murdered. Well, having known that, let's go talk to these people over here and see if anyone knows anything about it. So I'm just gonna say talk to witness. An excited young man approaches you. Officer, he says, I saw what happened. I saw everything. I was buying a paper at the newsstand across the street when I heard a scream of tires. I looked down the street, and here comes this car and a light blue late model Cadillac racing down the street side by side. When they got closer, I heard a bang. I thought one of them had a blowout. But right after that, this car here lost control and crashed. The light blue Caddy just kept on jamming. Alright, let's talk to him again and see if he has any additional information. All I know, I think I saw part of his license plate, number L964. Alright, well I think the good thing to do is going to be to radio this into dispatch. Use your radio to advise dispatch of the apparent homicide. The car radio crackles a response. 10-4-8332, we copy 187 PC homicide. Be advised, one homicide unit is en route, and the coroner's office has been notified. Continue investigation. So I tell them about the vehicle information. And, okay. There's not much else to do here. We can talk to this lady here. Talk to lady. The little old lady in the crowd cries out, "Officer, do something! That man is hurt bad! Help him!" Alright, look lady. This dude's dead. He's dead. The only way he's leaving out of here is in a body bag. So, basically now we just have to wait for our other people to arrive. It's kind of a long wait here. And it looks like they have arrived. Homicide Detective Oscar Hamilton arrives with Sergeant Dooley. Dooley tells you, Bonds, Detective Hamilton will handle the investigation from here. Alright. Hit the streets and try to find the rat responsible, says Sergeant Dooley. I'll introduce the witness to Hamilton. Alright guys, well I think we have done our first little mission here, and I think this is a good time to stop. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for more episodes of Police Quest, and please subscribe.